Hello guys!
Hi.
Welcome back to our page.
Thank
Today we're gonna talk about surrogacy because Carla and Ivar in Iceland have a question. But by the way,
Yes.
my name is Mac.
My name's Jeff.
So we've gained 300,000 plus followers last year, and I know when we created the video about surrogacy, it's sort of like 3 years ago already. So if you haven't watched that video, we made like a 17-minute video. So we're making a new one for all of our new followers that are not aware yet how we were able to achieve our dream, and that
I have two beautiful daughters.
and that is having our two beautiful daughters. So this is the question of Carla and Ivar in Iceland. Hello, stay warm.
Hello, Iceland.
Stay warm out there. So I hope you notice me. Please give me some details about how you were able to have your children. I want to have babies. I want to have a baby as well. I am trans, but I'm married to a femme, which is her foreigner husband. I hope you can give me details on how was the process. And by the way, you have two beautiful angels.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, first off, I would tell you that if you have all your body parts and you haven't done a body reassignment, now's the time to go find a clinic and you can save your sperm and have it frozen. Because once you have your reassignment done, it won't work. So hopefully you have them, then you can still do that. And freeze your sperm, and it's very simple. You just go there, they put you in a room and you give them samples, and then they'll test your samples, make sure they're good, and then they can freeze them and store them for you indefinitely.
Yep, and you can use it by the time that you're ready,
Yeah,
or
when
anytime that
you're ready.
anytime that you're ready. So Jeffrey's okay. Hold on, go ahead, baby.
No, I was just gonna say it's not terribly expensive to store your sperm.
Yeah.
So
And the same thing with all the women out there. If you
Yeah.
want to save your
Your
eggs,
eggs.
and doesn't want to get pregnant yet, then your time is running out. Remember,
Right.
because your eggs, what do you call this? The quality of your
Your
eggs
eggs
decreases.
goes down.
Yeah, decreases as you get older. So
and that's true for men too. Your sperm definitely it has less quality as you age. So it's better to save your sperm when you're younger than when you're older.
but definitely more with women.
Women,
though.
definitely, yeah.
So that's what all the celebrities are doing now. They're saving their eggs,
Yep.
and if they want to have surrogacy or whatever, then they can definitely do that because they have the money anyway. But going back to you, so like what Jeff said, before you do your gender reassignment, if you ever plan to do that, make sure, like what Jeff
Save
said,
your sperm.
save your sperm, because we have a follower, she's also an older transgender and trans woman. So that's what she was saying. If there's one thing that she regrets doing is that doing the gender reassignment and not saving his sperm
Right.
early on, because like what she's saying, she wished she could have her own children as well biologically. But I told her, if you want to have your own children, you can still have your children. There's plenty of options for you to do, like adoption, fostering, and eventually have your dream come true.
Yeah.
But going back to the process, we did surrogacy twice already,
Yep.
and both surrogacies are done here in the United States.
Yep.
And that's what we did. We chose our clinic, and they're based out of Chicago. And the name of our clinic is Fertility Center of Illinois. And
Dr. Kaplan.
just look for Dr. Brian Kaplan. He did both transfer with our surrogate mothers, because we have two different surrogate mothers. But they are both Brittany, so hi to our amazing surrogate mothers. Without you guys, we will not. Yeah, we can have not done it. And also to our amazing egg donor that have we have established relationship with her. It's not like it's not like too close, but at least we still maintain the
Communication.
Yeah, communication. We are still keeping in touch with her professionally and personally.
Yep. Mostly not mostly, but for our daughter's sake, so that it's an open door in the future if they want to find out more about their biological heritage.
Yeah, so what we did again is surrogacy. Surrogacy is the process wherein someone carries the child for you. For example, both of us are, not able to carry our children, so we didn't have that option to carry ours. So we definitely needed someone to carry our children for us, and that is surrogacy. And the women that carries a child for somebody else are called surrogate mothers, and they are amazing. I know people are saying that they are baby makers as well, but I don't think baby makers
sounds so nice.
Yeah, sounds really nice.
Right.
Or because there are a lot of surrogate mothers that really their advocacy is really to help other couples to achieve their dreams, like what our surrogate mothers did to us. I know the money is good, but like what our friend Lynn have said to Jeff,
I wouldn't do it for $100,000.
So there's no amount of money that can, that can, what do you call this? That
replace
that sacrifice that
they made for us.
Yeah, for us.
We're eternally grateful.
Yes, and if you need a surrogacy agency here in the U.S., we have two amazing agency that we use. It's Independent Surrogacy by Miss Shannon Wooten and Family Source Consultants out of Chicago. You can definitely search them in the web, or just just
do your research.
Get
a good lawyer.
And I really hope your partner is in the same page you are, because Jeffrey and I definitely wanted to have our own children.
That's right.
What else can you say?
Well, it's an expensive process, but it was well worth it. It's time consuming. It took us a long time to find our first surrogate, almost 9 months, right?
Yeah, it's almost 9 months.
And it was like crazy, but it is what it is, and
it was worth the wait.
Yeah, it was definitely worth the wait.
But what do you think was the reason why we were we waited that long to find a surrogate mother for Maria?
Well, there was a lot of demand. There's a lot of gay couples and a lot of people, not just gay couples, but straight couples too, actually using surrogacy nowadays. So it's a process that, has really helped and benefited a lot of families.
Yes. Oh, and one thing more, you have to also remember is we needed an egg donor as well, and that is the woman that donated her eggs for us to be able to create our embryos.
Right.
And what we did with our egg donor is we used the same egg donor for Jeffrey and I, and those eggs and our sperm are created separately. So in contrary of what other people think, that you can mix two sperm cell and one egg cell, and then you can have
a mix
of the three of us.
But it doesn't work.
I don't think that that works.
Biologically doesn't work.
I'm not sure if there's a way to do that already, but I have not heard anything about that yet.
Some people do that because they don't want to know who the real parent is.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's really kind of obvious, especially when we're in a mixed race relationship.
Yes.
So it's kind of obvious. Even the OBGYN doctor was like, this is definitely Mac's baby. I mean, there was no question. As soon as she came out, he was like, oh no, there's no question about this.
Well, you gotta tell them why.
We implanted one egg embryo for me and one egg embryo for Mac. And unfortunately mine was miscarried, and Max was successful and came through, and now it gave us Maria.
And the reason why Jeffrey is saying that, that our doctor told us that it was mine, Maria was mine biologically, because we told him that we had to do a DNA test.
Right.
Because like what Jeff said, we transferred 2 embryos and we were not sure who stayed.
Right.
And that was just for legal purposes. And we still
did that.
And we still, that's why for legal purposes. But with Olivia, we both knew that we implanted 2 embryos, but those were both mine, so we don't have to do any DNA test anymore because we're pretty sure those are mine. And you guys are saying that our children kind of look like Jeff, and the reason why maybe because our egg donor is also Caucasian, and Jeffrey and our egg donor have almost similar background. They're like Euro mix, and That is what is so good about having an agency to represent you is they will give you options and they're actually looking out for you.
Mm-hmm.
And also the good thing about it is our egg donor, they have a database of egg donors. There's a lot of donors out there, whether it's a sperm donation or egg donation, that wanted to stay anonymous, right? And with our agency, there's they have an option to stay anonymous, semi-open or open. But the good thing about it is they have a whole profile for you to check out all their details, from the history of their grandparents, their parents, their brothers, what they like, it's very detailed.
It is.
Background of all the egg donors.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I was gonna say, even recessive genes that you need to know about. That, like, if you have a recessive cancer gene that both your parents might have had, you could be a carrier of that cancer. You don't want to mate with somebody that has that recessive gene. So I mean, it's very complex and it's very detailed.
It's all there. So Family Source Consultants offers egg donors and surrogate mothers. So
right. If it's your first time, I would highly recommend going with an agency. So it's not cheap, but it's well worth the money.
Yeah.
Kind of pay me now or pay me later. Pay me later is always more expensive.
Yes. Oh no, you cannot do pay me later here in the U.S. What we
cash up front.
We have to So what we did is we had a escrow account, and you have to deposit all the funds out there. We do not do the distribution of the money for the surrogate mothers or whatever that we have spent. It's the escrow agency that will distribute the money. So for example, for the surrogate mother, she doesn't really get the whole amount of stipend that she will have to, that will compensate her for the whole process. It's like she's also getting like a monthly
allowance,
monthly pay.
Right.
Like it's like just like she's working. You know what I mean? Like she gets paid every month for
to carry the baby.
It's distributed for like 12 months of I think it's 12 months. Well, until she gives birth, I should say.
Yes, and then but you're still responsible for up to 6 months after that, depending on their health and stuff. So I mean, there's a lot of complications can come into it.
Yes.
So like I say, it's very important to have a good lawyer and know what you're doing, know what you're signing, and make sure that everything is upfront and legitimate. So. And the other thing is that they highly recommend that you never use the same egg donor to carry the baby. Mm-hmm. So that way, when you use an egg donor or when you use a surrogate, they have no biological connection to the baby, so they have no legal right to the baby at all. So you just it's
a lot easier for the surrogate mother
too
to let go of the baby because she's aware that it's not her baby. It's just it's just like she's just nurturing the child for somebody else.
Yeah.
And that if you're using the same egg donor and a surrogate mother, that's called traditional surrogacy. And we understand people that are doing it because it's a lot cheaper to do. And
a lot of times it's family members that are helping their own family out. So I mean, we don't want to say it's always bad, but it's not recommended. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. But if you have people that you like fully trust, then that's good for you, But like, do your research. I don't know if it's possible in Iceland or I don't know.
Right.
So make sure you do your own research. But definitely, U.S. has the most success about surrogacy. But there's also states that surrogacy is not legal here in the U.S. Like New York, I think Michigan, they're not legal. It's not legal there yet.
Tennessee.
So
there's a lot of places.
You also have to know if your surrogate mother have an insurance, because our first surrogate mother, she doesn't have insurance, so we have to buy her own insurance, and that's also an added cost.
Right.
But our second Olivia's surrogate mother, they have an insurance, so you have to make sure that her insurance
covers surrogacy
friendly, because even they have insurance, if they don't cover surrogacy, then it's
No.
No, it's
Right.
yeah. Then you still have to buy insurance for her.
Mm-hmm.
So there's likewise, do your own research. Definitely, there's so many research or well, there's so many resources available online.
Right. And there's no guarantee. I mean, you can spend up to $150,000 or more,
And
you have no guarantee
Yeah.
that you're going to end up with a child.
right.
I mean, it very well could be miscarriage
Yeah.
or other
It's just
issues.
the same. It's just the same as the
Yeah.
as you know as conceiving naturally.
Except for much more expensive.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the only thing about surrogacy is at least you can test your embryos, their viability. That's why they have like they call GP, you know, what PGD testing, wherein they test the embryo, how good it is. So at least you are you know
better
more.
shot.
Yeah, you have a
Yeah,
better shot
shot.
of having a child.
Right.
But you know, if it's meant to be, it will meant to be.
Yeah. Hey, best of luck to you. Wish you all the best.
Yes. Bye bye.
Bye bye.